Hello friend, welcome back to Auto Resource YouTube channel. I have here today in my shop this beautiful 2017 Subaru Outback, and it came just for a simple oil change. You want to see how I do that? Stay with me in this video. And I'm going to start underneath the hood with pulling out at least slightly dipstick, engine oil dipstick, right? That's for the draining. The oil will drain nicely, and also cracking open that filler cap right here. You see that yellow one? I will just open it like this so the engine oil can nicely flow out. This filler cap nicely shows to everybody, right? This engine needs 0 W20 synthetic oil. After that, I'm going to raise the vehicle so I can get down under the engine to the engine oil drain plug. Subaru is nicely up in the air, so I can show you the location of that drain plug, right? And if you look in this opening, the drain bolt, drain plug, it's right there. To undo that drain plug, you need number 17 millimeter socket, right? So it's right here. I'm putting it there. I'm having my oil catching pan ready, and I can crack open that bolt. After that, I will start carefully undoing it by hand, right? If your engine oil is still hot, be careful you don't burn yourself. Here you can see nicely that engine oil perfectly coming out of that engine oil pan. Here you can hopefully see nicely detail of that drain plug, the drain bolt with its crusher washer, which is recommended to be replaced anytime you do this oil change. When the engine oil stops dripping, I have that new gasket ready on the drain bolt. So I will install it by the hand, right? And so catch the thread. The opening is a little bit small here. Huh? Come on, baby. All right, good. It's nicely there. And I will use my ratchet, right, with that 17 millimeter bolt. I will use that to tight it. Now, warning here, you want to have it tight, of course, right? And snug, that's all good, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to strip the thread in that engine oil pan. So notice I'm even holding the ratchet here, not on the end, but here to feel the bolt, right? And not overdo it. If you own the torque wrench, you can also use that, and I will choose 40 Newton meters. 40, right? 40. So let's see. Did you hear that? I had it torqued correctly. Perfect. And I will personally always triple check that I didn't have any splatter of that engine oil around this, right? So it's not dripping in somebody's driveway later. The Subaru is back on the ground, so I can continue working here in that engine bay area, and I will continue with replacing that engine oil filter. If previous mechanic did a good job, I will be able to remove it with the hand only. I will not need any filter wrench. And sure enough, good, you can see with me, it was not over tightened, so I was able to release this engine oil filter without getting any tool. That's the way it's supposed to be done, right? So here comes the old filter. My next step is take a shop towel and clean up a little bit of the oil which is left here, right? I want to have everything perfectly clean. I don't want to have any dust or dirt getting inside of the engine. And that should be just fine, and I will be ready to install the new engine oil filter. Now for this vehicle from the O'Reilly, it's a MGL 57055. That's one of the options you can use, right? So I will do that. I will put here on this rubber gasket, I will put a little bit of that oil, right? So to lubricate the gasket when it's being seated. And I will do the same. I will not use any oil filter wrench. I will just use my hand to completely install this brand new engine oil filter. So look at it. Nicely catch the thread, screw it on, and by the hand. I'm doing it tight, right? But by the hand only, and it's perfectly installed. Voila, perfect. So now it's time to add engine oil right in the engine. To avoid any spills, I will bring nice funnel here, right? So I'm not pouring it all over the engine. We already learned that it needs 0W20, right? And how many quarts? Well, if you look in your manual, it's 5.1 US quarts. And I got today for this Sabi, right, for this Subaru from O'Reilly full synthetic. It's 0W20, right, 5 quarts. So I can basically go ahead and pour that whole container in. This is when I remove the cap. I like this, that it's made in USA. I really believe in supporting local jobs, so this is perfect, and I'm ready, right, carefully. You don't want to go too fast, but carefully pouring that engine oil inside of the engine. And you don't need to be worried here, right, overfilling it. I did let that engine drain for a long time, so I know if I put 5, if I really fully do this entire container, I will not overfill it. So I will continue with this, and then I will catch you in a few minutes. And I have that nicely draining, right, slowly. And I will be using here this dipstick, right, to measure the level of the oil in the engine. How is that done? When I pulled it out from the dipstick tube, I will just go ahead and wipe it clean and dry, right? So you can see how that old oil was dirty. It's definitely time to do this oil change. And now I can insert it back in this dipstick tube, bottom it all the way, and now we will see how much oil we have there, right? And if you look with me, I hope it's showing. This is the low mark, that one little hole, and this is top mark, and we are above it. But it's perfectly fine, because when we will start up the engine, the level of the new engine oil will actually slightly drop. And I guarantee you it will be on that top mark or a very tiny bit underneath it. So this is perfect. And of course, all these measurements, when you are measuring the level, that needs to be done on perfectly level surface. Otherwise, those data, those findings will be inaccurate. Now I finally drained this whole container, so I can remove the funnel, right, and put this stuff on the side. I have this dipstick all the way in. We installed brand new filter, so all I need to do after cleaning this cap thoroughly, right, I will put it back where it belongs, hide it, and the next step is go in the vehicle and start up the engine. If there is any engine oil warning light in the dashboard, I will be observing it closely after the startup, because I want to see that warning light will go off pretty quickly, like in a second or two. So I have a brand new engine oil in the motor, excuse me. I can see no warning lights here, and the best practice is to go outside and check here for possible leaks, right? So observing here, I'm not putting my fingers there, everything's fine, and I can also peek underneath if nothing is leaking down here. Everything is fine in my case, so I will let that engine run for approximately 1 minute and then I will shut it off. You can hear the idle after approximately only 20-25 seconds, right? It's coming nicely down, everything is fine, and I can shut off the engine. And now I need to wait at least 5 minutes. That's the minimum to be able to perform that final measurement. Again, I will be using the dipstick, right? And the same way we use that, wiping it off and inserting it again, I will recheck that level. So as you can see, it's pretty easy operation, and I believe anybody can do it by themselves. I hope you find this video interesting or helpful, and please make sure you are subscribed, because I will have way more videos about Subarus coming your way on this channel. Thanks for watching today, and have a great day, my friend.